Hey guys, it's the Legend here, back with another video, and today we will be playing a game called WorldBox, as you can see here on my screen here. So, I guess this game is more of a sandbox game, they call it. So, what you get to do is pretty much make civilizations and mess around, do whatever you want. This game used to be named something different a few years ago, but I cannot remember what it was. But they have added a lot to it. I did not play it for a while here, and as you guys can see, they have tons of tips here and whatever else. But for us, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new world here. So we are going to just make it a Titanic, so a very, very massive size map, and we are going to do, well, we've got boring plains, which is just very flat. We also got cheese, a big landmass with many lakes, kind of like Swiss. But I think we're going to go with boring plains to start off here. So it's sculpting the mountains using all of this different type of stuff, and it will be loading our world. So as you guys can see here, it loaded a ton of different kind of plains. So this one here, that's a lemon tree. Yes, that's actually a thing. This one's like a mushroom. This one's all like flowery and colorful. This one's like the savannas, the jungle. They do have a tons of different biomes within this game. And this is something new they added more recently. As you guys can see here, you got some bees. I think we can actually, yeah, we can tap on the bee, and his name is Ew. He's got 10 HP, does 5 attack, his age is 2. It literally tells you everything you need to know. You can even look at the hive there, that tall mound. But yeah, there's a ton of different things. This is a swamp biome, and kind of like touching up on a desert. You can see all the sand and the cactus. But there's a lot to this. So what I was going to do this game is we're going to make, as you can see, there are 4 different people in this group here. Humans, elves, orcs, and dwarves. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place 2 humans over here, and I think I accidentally placed one over here. Yep, I definitely did. Okay, so that's... Okay, so apparently I'm just accidentally touching on them. But we're going to place some elves over here, and maybe one or 2 over there. We're going to place some orcs up over here, just so we can get them, make sure we don't accidentally. So now, they are going to all just make their own civilizations. As you can see with the outlines here. It's pretty hard to see that gray, so let me use like this one here. As you can see, I think these are just humans I accidentally placed, but as you can see, he built a campfire and they are expanding quite quickly. And so maybe this one, yeah, this one here is building a house. So once he finishes that, let me just go like this and change our speed to 5 times. Yep, as you can see, they made a little tent. But now everything will expand much quicker. So as we can see here, we have lots of different things. We have TNT all the way to landmines, and we've even got a star bomba, which is a giant nuke that could pretty much wipe out anything you can imagine. This crab bomb, it makes kind of like cluster bombs all over. So these are the different biomes they added, or I guess not necessarily biomes, but you can kind of change what grows there. Corrupted seeds, stuff like that, and we even have some fertilizers, so we can grow some plants or some more trees if they were to ever need it. Now, I think, who was it? Loved by dwarves. So the dwarves live up here, so we're gonna give them some of that. Now, adamine, I guess you could say, is like a human war metal. We're going to give that to them because it doesn't say who it's loved by. The elves. Oh, let me see. Do you see elves? No, those are the orcs. Okay, so the elves are up here. Yes. Here we go. Loved by elves. And I know these guys will probably like iron, but everybody, I'm gonna just increase the size of the space or the amount we place here. I'm just gonna go like this. We're gonna give them gold because gold is gonna be like their currency. So now that they have all of these metals and whatever else they can use it for, as you can see here, we zoom in, we can see a lot more detail. But hold on, I think we can actually touch up on these and we can see the leader, how old they are, 17. The culture is 35. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I've got no clue whatsoever. But you can see the village age is 19, and there were 33 of them born here as of 35. The original 2 I did place down, so they weren't born. But we go over to this block button here, and we can see the materials they have. Adamantine, stone, gold, and you can see their taxes and their upkeep for the buildings, and they have mushrooms and herbs for other things like that. So you can actually see how they're growing. And as you can see here in our empty slots here, we have weapons, armor, helmets, boots, rings, and amulets. Those will actually show up when they make it. Now these 3 here are 3 entirely different, and they might cause war against each other if tensions get high. Because if one is trying to grab more land, as you can see here, these guys in the middle here, this like bluish gray, they expanded upward. So now these guys might be able to surround the red, and depending on which way they expand, that could be very bad because the red may not like that and may try to revolt against them. Now, there are instances where, as you can see, they can make one color of a kingdom, but then another king, it could be the same type of group, they'll move out and revolt against their own and make their own government or civilization because they just do not have high loyalty. So loyalty is kind of like the staying together of groups. As you can see here, we're getting red to move up a little more. And what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to change up a biome or get some more trees in a location here. Now, trees are very important, as you can see, like the densening way over there. We're going to increase this to the max size, so we can just go like this. And we're also going to do this with gold, because once gold is placed, they're going to want to expand towards it. Now, there is tons of gold right now. Now, this might be a little excessive amount, but that is fine because we want them to expand. Now, this here is going to be interesting because you see those, let's see, you see the one with the big golden crown in this gray or even red or green area? Those are the kings of the current territory. Now, these ones with the silver crowns are either the prince or princesses. I'm going to guess prince just by the way the crown is, but I could be very well wrong. And then you got the flag. As you can see, there is a ton of people following this flag because that is the army. That is their army. So they have multiple of these per civilization. As you can see, these guys have found the gold and they are expanding quite quickly. And so have the orcs. We're going to get rid of that tornado because I don't want it to completely decimate everything. Where is it at? There we go. So, yes, natural disasters do happen quite often. Earthquakes, meteor strikes, it can go on and on. But it seems here that now that they're finding this gold, you can see that they're coming, mining it, and they are moving over and expanding. So this can very well change how the outcome of this thing here, like as you can see, lightning burnt up this a little bit. Lightning and rain does happen quite often. I can forcefully make it rain and whatever else. So as you can see, the cultures, their levels, and the higher the level, the more experience they have with weaponizing per se. So you can see they've got a ton of stone and whatnot. So born 90 and the village age is 49. So we move upward, look at them, a little less resources, but that is because they just expanded. As you can see, these guys even got gems and desert berries because they have expanded out to that little patch of the desert you can see there. But you can also change the flag, which I find very interesting. So we're going to just like re-roll it a couple of times, just randomize it. We can do something like that. and it'll change their banner to that, and it'll even change the color of their territory, which is now yellow. See, and right here is a great example. These guys hate each other, so now they're coming to battle each other and try and take each other's territory. As you can see, some pieces of territory will disappear because they lose quite a bit. So now they're coming back to their own territory, and they're going to expand outwards. Oh, maybe not. Looks like some people are destroying their village in here quick. Or this is the entirely different civilization completely overthrowing this one. As you can see here, Brown, I think this is the elves, has came all the way up. See, just like that, they automatically made themselves a new kingdom, and now they're going to revolt against. Now this is a great example of what I was discussing earlier, but this also shows that down here, they are trying to smash these territories to pieces. And I look away for a little bit, and it appears that red has completely overtaken everything. Yellow is now going to be a very tough opponent for them. To see here, they're grabbing territory up here and pushing red against itself. Now let's see. These guys do not have any weapons, but these ones do. They have a legendary great... I have no idea. But it looks like a legendary, like, stone knife. And as you can see, it gives you attributes there. That would give these guys, yellow, a much higher chance at winning battles. We even have wood, old Drevel, which gives you balance and speed, so you can be a lot faster and kill them a lot faster. But as you can see, just like that, taken. But it's odd that the dwarves here have not revolted against each other, but more so expanded, and are continuing to expand quite fast, as you can see with this new territory up here. And these guys have revolted against themselves, but they are also pushing against themselves to see what happens. Down here, it appears that these guys are just struggling. They're missing all of their burnt down buildings, and there's nothing they can really do, because orange here, or yellow here, oh, there it is again, that tornado. But yellow is pushing and destroyed that entire village, meaning it is entirely gone now. But now you can see red is shrunk down by yellow, and now green that is now revolted against yellow to see what we are here. I think the strongest opponents that any of these tribes will face is the dwarves. They have a very strong bond here, it seems, as they have not even broke off with each other once for the entirety of this video so far. So we will see what happens there, and this is in a 5x speed, so everything is happening a lot faster than if you will leave it at a normal pace. But here we have world laws. World laws, these would all tell you that what is allowed to happen, what is not allowed to happen, like natural disasters. If we didn't want tornadoes or whatever to happen, we could just double click this and it'll change off. So that is those two tablets there, those two stone tablets surrounded by a gold aura. But it is looking like the humans just cannot even keep themselves together, as you can just see two more transformed against each other, which is an absolutely incredible thing, because it is just seeming that red, oh, look at that, they did change against each other. It took them that long, but compared to all of these other races, it seems that dwarves took the longest to actually revolt, which is pretty incredible. I have realized this in previous saves of this game, though, that dwarves do like to stick together. They do not actually run off of each other very much. So I think it's time for some more minerals. Which one? By the dwarves. So we're going to give these guys this to see, give them a little more weaponizing. So we're going to go like that. Dwarves. This one is elves, which I believe is all the way up here. Give them some of that. And we're going to give the humans these. And we will give you guys silver and armadite, along with gold sprinkled around the map. We're going to just go like that, even that all out, and we can throw gold like that. So now there's gold all over. They all have now minerals that they can use to make weapons, such as swords. You can see a stone sword, -2 speed. That's why the legendary ones are always better. And those legendary weapons will almost always, well, no, they will always have a gold ore around them. And that it does apply with armor too. Armor, boots, anything along the sword lines of that. I am impressed. What is this? They made ale. I mean, it's a dwarves. Now they have meat, but they have not made any weapons, which is odd because you would think they would be advanced with the amount. They have made one, but this is because it's an entirely different territory and now it's theirs. But that was made by a different territory. I don't know if they don't want weapons or what, but these humans here are very pushy against dwarven territory, so we're going to see what happens there. As you can see, the different colors emerging and pushing borders, as you can see here. It is going to be very, very tight. It looks like they are colonizing extremely close, but it looks like the dwarves are very well ready. So, and the king is in there too. So, a lot of these guys on this right half have just been punishing each other, going back and forth, up and crossing down the map to try and take territory, which I would understandably think would be for gold or some other minerals that I didn't place up there. But these guys down here seem to have a ton more gold than up there. So I'm guessing that might be a main reason, but it also could lead to bad tensions. You can see the dwarves have got their little corner entirely sectored off, and yellow here is absolutely massive. It's all different shades of yellow, so it's very hard to tell, but you can see some that are more orangish, I guess you could say, than the others. Then we just have the one red in the very, very corner here, but it doesn't look like they're going to last very long as these guys are sitting on the edge inside of their border. And I'm not sure why this hasn't changed off, to be honest with you, because it's got, oh, maybe it is their territory. Maybe it's just the way the terrain is, because the terrain looks like different colored grass and up above here. Maybe it changed the terrain or something, but it looks like it's the same color up here too, but it does have yellow in it. So I'm assuming those two are yellow. Yeah, they are. They've got kings in them, but this red here is not. Okay, makes a little more sense now, but you can see all of the dwarves here, and I think the dwarves have the most amount of people you can see. 81 in this one, 77. Ooh, did they have it? Nope, they didn't have any weapons. I'm finding that crazy. They have very low amount of weapons, which is surprising. Oh, yep, the dwarves revolted, but you can see every other dwarf in the original colony is coming to destroy and take that back because they refuse to let it go, and boom, just like that, it is back. Now here, we can already tell what's going to happen, because when you're getting swarmed by that many dwarves, it is destined to happen that you are losing that territory. I mean, if you tried to revolt, I think, oh, look. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it looks like demons or something appeared. And I didn't place any of them. So, yes, I can also place those. But it seems like those fiery are just burning everything to the ground. I think that means one thing and one thing only. It means it's time for some rain. So we're going to get some rain over here, and we're going to just pour it all down. We're just going to, that'll also help trees grow, and anything else. You can kind of see like a white mist as to where my thumb goes as I place that down. But it should burn out, and now you can see crops being grown, and civilians are now getting happier. I think they're going to probably destroy these buildings and rebuild them, which is what I would guess. I have seen dwarves do this before, so we'll see here what they do with those. As you can see, looks like they're just leaving them for now, but they are continuing to build around them, and they still got quite a bit of their blue ore here, especially down in this territory where it's pretty much everywhere. But you can see them mine it, and it goes down, and then they upgrade their houses, and make themselves a lot more powerful. Oh, so you can see tensions here. Oh boy, not looking good whatsoever. It looks like all of these dwarves are going to push this one territory in the corner here. I think we can all see what's going to happen in this one. Oh yeah, that whole territory was just wiped out by these dwarves. As you can see, they burnt down their houses and they just murdered these humans. Although these humans are really pushing back hard, as you can see the amount of them. But those are all dwarves now, I think. Yeah, but the whole dwarven territory up here changed color. And now they're going to push against the whites, which is the original color. So they might have just changed their whole thing. Look at that. Dwarves overtaken by dwarves as they change from their original of the white. And now they're going to take all of their old territory back. That is very interesting. I've never seen that before. Something that starts off as like one color and changes the entirety of another. I've never seen that happen before. But you can see red over here is now cornered off green. You see a color range across from here. But this is mostly because territories get taken. This is really cool. Lightning, that's just something we don't really need. We don't really need any bombs as of right now. Might do something with that later. But as you can see, let's get some more. What should we drop down? I'm thinking we should just drop down some ore. Just a quick little drizzle of ore across. Just like that. Because now they have like an iron-ish ore, steel ore. And now they can make more weapons. They still don't have very many. Oh, they do have hammers. You'd think that'd be more of a tool than a hammer. But look at that. They made a flame sword. Which is when those... I'm assuming those demons or something were pushing through and burning the territory down as they walked everywhere. But you see that upper corner changed a color, and now they're changing back. See, now they're going to push again. See, this is really cool because this is how WorldBox works. You never know what to expect out of it unless you were to overlook every single territory at all times. But I think red here is going to fight off pretty well. Maybe not. Look at white. Yeah, white took it. So we're going to see what happens here. Because now it looks like the bottom half here is turning a pink color. Well, red is going to get pinched. Because almost every square inch of this map is covered by some sort of civilization. And let's see here. Hail the king of units of the clan. So you can see events, history. The kingdom 6 was destroyed. So there's a lot of different things. And if we look here, I can even have a location. Right here is where it was. And as you can see, the burnt houses, that was completely removed by another tribe. So we can see the world population here is 4,568. So that is the total amount of people that are on this current map here. There are 41 beasts, which are, I'm guessing, animals, and they can classify as anything. The total amount of deaths is nearly double the world population, which is very high. The natural deaths are only 807. So they're very low natural and a very high amount of just war. So deaths from hunger is 30 and creatures eaten is 41. So it looks like the beasts are 41 and creatures eaten are 41, which that might have been all at all times. As you can see, there's a meteor strike right there. Just barely caught that. Another one down there, look at that. It was so well placed that it burnt down almost all of their villages. These poor orcs now have to rebuild, and now they are weak compared to these other places. So what we're going to do here, I think is what we're going to do is we're going to get some cows. We're going to get some cows, and we're going to place them in all these different territories. You can hear that clicking sound. That's me placing one every single time. Look at the amount of swords and war going on right now. That is a lot. So those are cows. They should be having beef or something. As you can see, now it's a silver hammer. So So they have improved. And then a legendary hammer. Attack is 5, attack speed is 13, and their speed is 6. That is crazy high. So we're going to see here what happens. Red going to take that? Yes, they are. It looks like these white, as you can see, the white dwarves are overpowering this territory here. They have a big army, but it does look like red is pushing out. Now they're going to take this one. We're going to find out if they can actually do the damage. They're just sitting in here. I'm not sure if they're what they're trying to do, if they're waiting for somebody to show up. But you can see the prince over there is now the prince of the white territory. It's automatically switched. I'm guessing he surrendered. So look at that. Look at this whole section here, which is emptied out by something. Now I'm guessing this was sent out as a result of the war, which could have been pink. No, it looks like these orcs here. You can see the green from the orc territories over here is pushing them out. And the dwarves have not really expanded. It's just going from control to different people, which is very crazy to look at. But they might expand downward now that there's nobody there. So we're going to look and see what happens. As will the red army here get slaughtered. Hard to tell which is which, but it looks like it did. And it did completely. Oh boy, this is going to be a good one. I'm not going to zoom in too much, just so we can see what's going to happen with this territory. It's going to be taken immediately. There's a meteor that just flashed across us again, right there. Look at that. I like the way the meteors are because they actually burn the ground. You can see where they landed. Now there are so many different smaller territories that you just have no idea who they belong to. But you can see now they have their whole military down here waiting for pink here to try and push their limit and see what they can do. So they might push that, they might not. We will have to find out. But as you can see, that army just got slaughtered. The pink army got slaughtered by the green army. They do have archers, so I'm gonna guess they have good bows. They do not have any bows, but they do have a very high legendary weapon. So yep, as I thought, they were gonna push pink, and we're gonna see what happens. It looks like they're gonna get destroyed because green is also in there. Now they're going to expand, I'm assuming? Are they going to attack green? Green is completely... Yeah, they are just retreating back and taking out that territory. But as you can see, these guys are expanding very, very quickly. Then you see one revolt over here, and I'm betting they're going to get charged out by white again. But I'm not sure. We might see. Well, looks like it's going to be okay for right now. Which is interesting because normally it was pretty instant last time. But you can see white is now pushing green territory, which may be the orcs. And it is. The orcs are getting decimated by these dwarves. Now, when you give a dwarf or an elf the exact metal they like, they will absolutely have some of the best craftsmanship with it, as you can see with their silver axe, 16 kills under its belt. The highest even out of the legendary weapons. See, these guys know what they're doing. Like my iron sword here, and even an iron hammer. So, these guys definitely know what they're doing, but the orcs might overthrow them. As you can see, just the amount of them. But will they defend? It looks like no. That is impressive. The orcs have found a real challenge this time. And now it looks like Cyan's going to be taking this with ease because the dwarves are just entirely wiped out. The only army left is down here at the bottom. at least the largest army. I'm not exactly sure what they're fighting over here. Looks like just a group of orcs. But it does look very, very interesting. As you can see, the map has changed so diversely from all the way up to the top middle here, where there's that sword, all the way down to here. You can see they have that territory. And I'm thinking this is a group of elves. No, these are the orcs here. And it looks like they've got the War Battle Frostbite axe that's just been like slashing and demolishing territory after territory. So the orcs might push through on this one. We're going to just go a little more like this. Throw around some metals. Just go like that. I'm not sure where the humans are. I haven't seen too much of them. Maybe they are this territory. Yeah, yep, this is them. They have their wood war protector. But now you can just see the dwarves are getting smothered in with nothing, as the orcs are just overthrowing them entirely. Oh, look at that. Now we have an entirely new color of purple. There's one pushing blue over this side. Very interesting. So as you guys can see, this is just a basic intro of WorldBox. This is a very great and can be very entertaining game because, I mean, we just sat here and looked at war go on from starting at originally, I guess, I think it was 6. Yeah, 6, because I accidentally placed some extra humans that started different colonies. But there's originally 4 types of races, and look how diverse they've come from 6 groups all the way to who knows anymore. There are just so many different colors on this map that it'd be impossible to keep track of them all and who they belong to. But you can see blue is pretty much kind of raining down in that area, purple raining up there, and it looks like those are the 2 main colors here, is that slight blue and the purple, and they're just throwing territory around. As you can see, they're trying to take more. But I think that will be all for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.